Hey guys, you're most welcome back to my channel. My name is Juliana Amoateng. If today is your first time, so I'm going to experiment with Brazilian wool. Y'all know Brazilian wool is like, on this page. So I've used braiding extension to really pop curls, and I'm going to experiment with Brazilian wool, but I'm going to highlight it with this blonde braid. It is already pre-stretched, so I divided it into three, and then I cut one half, I cut one third, and I'm just trying to stretch it further. And with my Brazilian wool, I'm just measuring it to the length of the blonde extension, and I'm going to measure it in the way that I'm measuring, like you can see. So like I was saying, I've used braiding extension to do a normal curl pattern before for a big voluminous curls, and today I'm just going to experiment with Brazilian wool, like you saw in the thumbnail, like the curls were popping, but you're gonna see like in detailed version, okay, when I get there. So when I was done measuring my Brazilian wool, I just combed it into smooth. I love how they've really improved Brazilian wool. At first it was so hard to comb, but now it's so easy. So I got 4 different Brazilian wool. Those are the bundles I'm going to be using in total, and this is my cornrow pattern that I'm going to use. I mean, it is not perfect, but yeah, I'm gonna make use of it. Okay, so I'm going to use crochet pen to also do the crocheting. And with crocheting, you insert the crochet in the hair, you attach the extension into the loop, and then you close the loop and pull the hair under your cornrow, and then you make 2 knots, okay, to secure. You can actually do 1 knot, but making it 2 knots will make it really secure. So if you are not confident about your gripping game, please make 2 knots, and your hair is going to last as long as you want. Okay, so like I was saying, you insert the crochet pin into your cornrow, and then you open the loop of the crochet pin, and you attach the extension into the loop. You close the loop before you pull the extension from your cornrow, and then you go ahead and make the loop. Okay, and whilst you are inserting the extension into the cornrow, make sure that you are not inserting it directly in your scalp. So the pin should not go under your scalp, it should go in the cornrow. Do you understand? I hope you get it. So it is not supposed to go under your scalp. Like, don't feel the coldness of the pin on your scalp. It should rather be in your cornrow, so that when you make the knot, it will not put tension on your scalp. So the main goal here is not to put tension on your scalp. That's how every crochet hairstyle should be, so that the tension will not be on your scalp, but rather the knot will rely on the cornrow for a tension-free scalp. Now I inserted the extensions until I got to the front, and because we don't want the front to be bulky, I started using tiny pieces. So you realize that all the pieces I inserted right from the back were all bigger than the piece I'm using at the front. So I'm using the smaller pieces at the front to do the same crocheting style, inserting and pulling through and making 2 knots, so that it will give an illusion of a natural look, as if like the hair is literally growing from my scalp. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so basically that is how this whole crocheting style is done. Let me know if you get it. If you don't get it, I can definitely do another one, but hopefully you do. Okay, so I went ahead to fill in until I was done, and as you can see, I'm using the blonde color to just do the highlights. I really wanted the blonde to come somewhere, I mean, so that it will give it a little bit of popping, because I mean, Brazilian wool can be dull sometimes, and I wasn't so sure about how it was going to turn out, so I needed something to give me life, and the blonde hair was the perfect color to use. So this is how everything is looking all together after the installation, and I'm going to be using this hair mousse, this silky shea butter mousse, and then this thread, black thread. You can use any color of the thread you want, but black is what I have. So I'm going to section the hair into smaller sections, and I'm going to comb through with this white toothbrush, and I'm using the hair mousse to apply every section that I'm going to do, and I'm using the black thread to do the threading method for the curls. So for my curls, I'm using the threading method. I found that the threading method really makes the curls really come out well, and they pop well. So as you can see, this particular section that I made is bigger. Okay, so the difference between making bigger partitionings when you are doing curls is that the bigger the part, the bigger the curl pattern would be, and the much spaces you leave between the threading, the bigger your curl pattern is going to be. You understand? So this is a bigger section that I made. So you can see that as I am pulling, I'm getting bigger coils. You understand? So the rollings are big. You see how it is looking like. So when I dip it in hot water, the curls are going to come out as big as it was rolled up. So this is just a way for me to show you how the bigger pattern looks like when you thread it. You understand? So it's just something that I wanted you guys to note. But then with the rest of the hair, I'm going to make it very, very smaller. This was just a description or a demonstration, and as you can see, I have divided some of the hair. I have parted some of the hair very, very small, and they are much smaller than the one I did at the first. And this is the equal parts that I'm going to be using throughout. So make sure that your hair is equal or similar to each other, and they are small enough so that the curl pattern can really come out tight and nice. You understand? So with the threading method, you basically thread the hair extension loosely, or okay, don't thread it too tight. If you thread it too tight, you won't be able to pull the thread at the end or at the tip when you are done threading to the end. So thread it loosely, close to each other, so that you have tight curls, and the curls would really, really pop once you set them in hot water. So I'm just going to let you have a look with the demonstration I'm going to be doing for the rest of the curls until further notice. So over here, I'm finally ready to set my hair in hot water, and I'm using two different towels. Please make sure that you're protecting yourself. I'm going to be using this Sabalon hair mousse. This mousse I don't recommend, guys. It's so hard, but I'm using it anyway because I've already bought it. So even though I've already set my hair with the mousse when I was threading, I'm still going to put some in the hot water to make it like more set. It really makes the curls pop and it comes out better. At least that has been my experience. If you guys have other experiences, please let me know. And because it's Brazilian hair, it requires a lot of mousse, okay, so that you really get the best out of the extension, because its original use is not really for curling, you understand. So I inserted my hair in the water and I did the toweling so that everything would be drained out of my hair. But after completion, I realized that my hair wasn't totally drained out from the hot water, so I put the towel on it, and I slept. And I woke up, like, as in I left them on my head. I left them on my head for 24 hours. So the next day everything was completely dry, and I started taking the thread off. With the threading, if you are taking it off, you can either use scissors or blade. So far as anyone works for you, that is totally fine. And this is how it is looking like it's so nice. Like, I loved it when it was so long. And I went ahead to remove the other parts, but guys, like, I mean, when I removed it, I'm like, okay, this is very beautiful. I love how it is looking. Like, the curl patterns are nice, it's giving everything it's supposed to give. But I realized that the blonde hair, because it's a normal braiding extension, the blonde hair became shorter than the rest of the Brazilian wool. So it wasn't making me feel very confident with the style I had made, even though I love the curl pattern. So I was like, okay, let me cut it and see if it will match the blonde hair, so that at least the length will be the same. So I decided to cut, so I started to cut the rest off to just match the length of the blonde. And when I was done, I'm like, okay, well, okay, over there, I was just trying to brush the roots so that it will give me a natural look. And I'm going to use this olive oil sheen spray to spray all over the hair to give it a beautiful smile and shine. And this is how it turned out. I don't like how the short length is looking like, because it's not really giving us I wanted. But at least this experiment has been successful. At least now I know I can really curl Brazilian wool to make it look like a nice curl pattern anyway. But it's not something I really wanted it to be like this. So you guys, let me know what you think. I'm not sure if I'm going to curl Brazilian wool again, but yeah, this is my experience. I'm not going to curl Brazilian wool because it's a lot of time, and the curls, even though the curls come out nice, but this is not something I would recommend if you really want it to last for a long time, and if you're looking for your bougie hairstyle, you understand. So yeah, this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you so much for staying with me. I love you. Do take care, and I'm going to see you in my next video, guys. Do check out my other hair tutorials I have linked at the end of this video. I love you. Have a nice day. Bye.